I'm delighted to see so many of you here today, what I hope will be the start of a new chapter in the way we deliver home care, and thanks for taking the time out, because I know how difficult it is finding time when you're running a busy operation. It seems this year so far then has been the year of the unexpected, hasn't it? What with Trump in the White House, the UK out of Europe, Leicester winning the Premiership, and Andy Murray becoming world number one. It's been a very strange year. Now we've got Nigel Farage perhaps being the go-between between the UK and the US. I got all my predictions wrong on those things, and I'm looking to keep that pattern going and hoping that the autumn statement will in fact deliver the unexpected as well. Who knows? Well, as I say, what a great pleasure it is to be here, the home of the Leicester City Premier League champions. Yes, he says grudgingly. As an Arsenal fan, it's been a long time since I've been able to talk about being champions. In fact, 12 long years, to be precise. Still, as I'm often found to be saying this time of the year about social care, maybe, just maybe, next year will be our year. And who knows, perhaps some of Leicester City's good work and fortune will rub off us in home care. Who knows? So I hope you find today's conference useful and stimulating. We've certainly got a lot to talk about. 2016 has been a hugely challenging year, and just days before this conference, the UKHCA published its State of the Nation document, the Home Care Deficit, which I'm delighted to say made everyone sit up and take notice of the crisis facing domiciliary care. And I want to pay tribute to Colin and Andrew and the team for all the hard work into getting that document out and the ensuing media storm it provoked, because we need more of that. Now, what that document showed us in stark, vivid and undeniable terms was just how bad things are there in the public sector. A feared deficit of 513 million for home care, commissioners at least £2 an hour away from paying a reasonable price for home care, and providers starting to hand back unsustainable contracts. Overall, we're seeing spending on domiciliary care continuing to fall. Little surprise then yesterday when the local government ombudsman found complaints about home care services up by a quarter in the past year. Of course, it's right that people complain when things don't go right and feel empowered to do so. But it's also very heartening to hear the Ombudsman call for the sector to be properly resourced and for the Independent Age and the Local Government Association to say that the increase in complaints was down to a sector in crisis. In short, we have 5 factors creating a perfect storm. Ever-increasing demand for complex care, greater and greater scrutiny, quite rightly, tighter and tighter budgets to work with, recruitment issues, and rapidly raising costs. Not least the national living wage, of course, which the majority of us support. And all of that before winter comes, at a time when delayed transfers are already up a quarter. I won't go into all the doom and gloom, because this is about being positive today, but we know we've got some challenges ahead. So how are we going to meet this? Well, one thing we're good at is adapting and moving forward. So hence the theme of today's conference, in shaping a new agenda for care at home. It's all about this stimulating debate in how we can play a part in that future. And despite the lack of government action so far on funding, the emphasis remains on keeping people out of hospital and wherever possible out of residential care. This means continual focus on helping people to remain in their own home, to enjoy good quality life with dignity and independence. New types of commissioning, harnessing the best that new technologies can offer us, and working ever more closely with our NHS partners are just 3 of the things that will shape our thinking in the years ahead. So how can we be bold as providers and grasp the opportunities offered, because there are so many? To answer, we have some tremendous guest speakers this morning to discuss these opportunities. We also have our expert panel later on, so please have your questions ready. And hot on the heels of publishing a State of Care report, we're delighted to welcome Andrew Sutcliffe, the Chief Inspector of Adult Social Care from CQC, later on. And then this afternoon, we also have a truly excellent set of workshops to choose from, and my thanks go to our facilitators for their contributions. We've got sessions on staying ahead in a changing world and what makes a home care service outstanding. We should all be able to pick up some ideas on that so we can help shape our own services for the future. I also want to thank our exhibitors today. Please do take time to look around the exhibition. And whilst I'm doing my thanks, a word for our sponsors, because without them we couldn't pull this event together. I want to make a special mention to Paul Barry from Every Life Technologies. Thank you very much for your support. As I said earlier, it's been a challenging year and I'm proud of the way the association responded. Apart from our Homecare deficit document, we had a Save Our Homecare campaign, and we've represented Homecare at a vast number of events, bodies, boards and activities across the whole of the UK. So again, my thanks to the UKHCA team for that, and also for the board for their hard work. I just want to pause a minute just to thank a lady without whom we'd almost certainly not be here today for what she's achieved in the name of domiciliary care. Lucy Ann Sawyer, our president, was the driving force behind setting up a representative body for home care providers in the first place. In setting up the UKHCA 25 years ago, Lucy Ann played a vital part in transforming the lives of people receiving care at home and those that provide that care. However, setting up the organisation was just the start, and Lucy Ann's drive and determination and commitment pushed the UKHCA forward and helped shape it into the successful organisation it is today. Now, as her term of office comes to an end, I'm sure I speak for everyone, not just within the UKHCA as an organisation, but in home care too, when I say a huge thank you to Lucy Ann Sawyer and wish her well for the future. Perhaps you could just put your hands together for Lucy Ann. Now, without that type of determination, we wouldn't make much progress, and sometimes it feels as though perhaps we're not getting much support. Despite my earlier hopes, I'm not sure social care yet is at the top of the government's agenda. With Brexit back in the melting pot, the government's focus seems to be right back on Europe, if not prisons. Aside from Europe, the government's priorities are on hard infrastructure, roads and railways. But what I ask about the soft infrastructure, like investing in health and social care? If anything, in my view, we took a backward step this year in England when the social care lost its dedicated minister. Sadly as ever, I think it comes down to us to fly the flag. We've got to keep up the pressure, keep up the fight and not give up. And we've got to keep pressure on the government and on local authorities. As David Bean said, we have to pester our MPs and force them to raise social care at government level. Then maybe we'll see some change. That's why in the UKHCA we drafted a letter from members to send to their MPs, setting out in stark terms the challenges. I won't go into what the Health Select Committee said recently, but we've held our breath many times before and had our hopes dashed that those in power have heard our pleas for help and listened. So we've got to keep working. It's now down to each and every one of us to keep up the fight for social care, and with the government ahead of the autumn statement and with our local councils as they set their budgets. Please, please, I ask, no more reports or commissions about what is wrong. We all know what needs to be done. We need action this day. Today our conference is about shaping the future of domiciliary care, and that's what we have to do. We have to seize the initiative from government. We have to make a case for change, a change for the better. After all, we in the independent sector have the entrepreneurial flair to provide solutions. We have to make it better and move away from a situation where awaiting a care package in own home, in quotes, is no longer the most common reason why people can't be discharged from hospital. People in this country deserve better, and social care staff working in the front line deserve better too. Today, we're going to observe a moment's silence for those who sacrificed so much in conflicts. Those that fought in wars and lived through years of conflict and hardship deserve a later life that has dignity and independence. And we all owe it to them to create a sector that's fit for them. Thank you for listening today and for your support, and I hope you enjoy your conference. And I hand you back to Bridget.